And I have three just quick thoughts about the goodness of the Lord. Did you notice that in verse 5 where the scripture says, "For the Lord is good," there's no disclaimer given to his goodness. It's just stated matter-of-factly, "For the Lord is good." It doesn't say, "For the Lord is good sometimes," or "For the Lord is good when things are going good," or "For the Lord is good when I feel good," or "For the Lord is good occasionally," or when things are going our way. Regardless of the situation, regardless of what we encounter, the scripture teaches us that the Lord is good. Now, let's remember what the scripture means when it describes God as good. His goodness is not another one of his attributes along with his holiness, his love, his grace, his mercy, his wrath, his power, his sovereignty. It's not an attribute among his attributes. It is the foundation for all of his attributes. It is to say that God's power is good, God's love is good, God's grace is good, God's forgiveness is good, God's mercy is good. It's the moral nature that belongs to all the other attributes of God. I love that. So let's remember that the Lord is good, period. It's not sometimes, not occasionally, not when I feel good, or not when circumstances are good. The Lord is always good. Here's the second thought. We often overlook his goodness, don't we? We often overlook his goodness. I know I do. I know I get caught up in situations or circumstances, and I know I probably have too many things in my life that blind me to his goodness. And the circumstances can overshadow his goodness and thus cause me to forget that the Lord is good. Can I give you an example? I'll give you a real-time example. Perhaps you've heard or you know that Vonda and I took some of the time off that you gave me this year, and we were about to cruise aboard a cruise ship when we learned that wasn't going to happen, that we weren't going to go on that cruise, that we needed to rush home to take care of, at that day, one of Vonda's parents. A few days later, it was going to be both of Vonda's parents. They were both in and out of the hospital within a 2-week span. And we were devastated. We were disappointed. And as we're leaving Florida, instead of heading to Port Canaveral, we're driving back to Birmingham, and we're trying to make sense out of all of it. And we're obviously struggling. We're struggling because we're human. We're like all the rest of you. We'd much rather be on a cruise ship. And I don't remember which one of us brought it up, but one of us said, "Oh my goodness, are we going to lose our money off that cruise?" And then I was reminded of a $204 purchase I made on the night we purchased that cruise. And that $204 went to our travel insurance. And as soon as we returned and we made sure Vonda's mother was okay, I sat at my computer, opened up the travel insurance app, and began filling out the application to be reimbursed. To be reimbursed for everything associated with the cruise. Filled out the forms, sent the documentation, had to get information from the hospital that's why we came back. And the travel insurance company said, "We'll be back in touch with you in about 7 to 10 days. And in 7 to 10 days, they called me and they said, "We have good news, Mr. Whitley. We're going to reimburse your expenses." Well, now let me say this. The Lord was good before the travel insurance came to our mind, but the Lord is good in creating travel insurance. And whether we got reimbursed or not, the Lord is still good. But we were able to rejoice and say, "Lord, thank you for helping us get travel insurance. Thank you for showing us that the $204 was worth the investment." So when we think the Lord is good, let's be reminded that the Lord is good always. The Lord is good all the time. The Lord is good in everything. It's the foundation for his character. We sometimes overlook his goodness. And that leads me to my third thought, and that is that we need to train our hearts to see his goodness. We need to train our hearts to see his goodness. We can often overlook the goodness of the Lord. And I've learned that the goodness of the Lord is in the smallest of things. Doesn't have to be loud, doesn't have to be bright, doesn't have to be big. Just the small, subtle things where I can see the goodness of the Lord. I am developing a heart that sees the goodness of the Lord, and the Lord has given me 2 tools to do that. One of them is gratitude. He's teaching me to not only be thankful, but to express my thankfulness over and over and over again. And I've discovered that the more I express my gratitude, the more I see his goodness, the more I recognize or identify his goodness. And then here's the other way I'm training my heart to see his goodness. It's called reflection. It's called contemplation. And it's why I have my camera set up on dual capacity. You notice I'm in one corner of the video, and this view off my back porch is in the larger portion of the screen. And I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose because one evening, Vonda and I were seated out here on our patio, and this is my fire pit back here. We often sit back here at night and have a fire, reflect and talk. And one evening we were back here on our patio, and things were not going well. And like so many of you, I've said before, we were struggling, we were tired, we were concerned. And I couldn't find the goodness of God in what was going on. And then he just gave me pause. And I started looking at the clouds like the clouds you see there. I started looking at the mountains like the mountains you see there. I started looking at the shadows. You see that shadow all the way back there on that back hillside. Then he brought it closer, and I could see the trees, and I could see the leaves blowing in the wind. Then I started listening. I could hear the birds singing. And before I knew it, I saw the goodness of God all around me. I'm training my heart. I'm training my heart to see the goodness of the Lord this year. And I want you to do the same thing. Let's continue to focus on the goodness of the Lord. For the Lord is good. For the Lord is good, period. And his goodness is the foundation for all of his other attributes. We often overlook his goodness. Circumstances, trials, difficulties, whatever it may be. Let's not overlook his goodness, and let's train our heart to see his goodness.